Hi there, class. Okay, so now that you've determined which math class is most appropriate for you based on your major, I am going to go ahead and show you in this video how to create a first semester education plan. So you're going to go ahead and visit saddleback.edu, and then you're going to go into your MySite account. Type in your username and your password and log in. Now that I'm logged into MySite, I should see up at the top, there it is, My Academic Plan. Go ahead and click on the drop-down function and select the second option, Create New Plan. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is select a goal. Whether your goal is to earn a certificate, an associate degree, or an associate degree for transfer. If you want to transfer to a university, this is for a student who would want to transfer to a private school or an out-of-state school. Or if you're not sure, you're undecided, you can go ahead and select this option. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and select associate degree or associate degree for transfer. And I'm going to click on the general education pattern link. And the options that I'm given are not for transfer, possible transfer to UC or CSU, or possible transfer to CSU only. So you would select this option, not for transfer, if you intend on earning an associate's degree at Saddleback College, but you do not want to transfer to a four-year school. You'll select the I Get C general education option if you would like to transfer to a CSU, a UC, an out-of-state school, or maybe a private school. As we've discussed in class, the I Get C general education pattern is a great GE pattern to select to keep all of your options open. And the third option we see is possible transfer to CSU only. This is for a student who only wants to transfer to one of our 23 California state universities. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose I Get C. I want to keep all of my options open. Now, within the area, this is where we can go ahead and choose our major, or we can choose an associate degree for transfer. Now, there's a little bit of confusion in this area sometimes because sometimes a student will think, well, if I choose one of these majors down here, but it's not an associate degree for transfer, does that mean that I can still transfer? And the short answer to your question is yes. But with that said, you always want to double check with a counselor, myself, or anyone else, just to make sure that you are choosing the correct area or program. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose associate degrees for transfer. And within this option for program, now I can see all of the different associate degree for transfers offered at Saddleback College. I'm going to go ahead and choose Psychology Associate of Arts degree for transfer. So you'll notice that the plan name is auto-populated. I'm going to go ahead and choose Next. Okay, so this second step is to select the courses that we want to take. So on the left-hand side, you'll notice a navigation. We can choose classes that are required for your major. You can choose classes required for general education, or you can choose classes that will give you elective credit. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a class that is required for my major. If you'll notice over here, you scroll down, there are a bunch of different psychology type classes because, again, my major is psychology. You'll even notice that if I've completed a class in this area, that it will show me that I've completed it. So one thing that I would like to advise you all to do, if possible, is to take a class, an intro class, specific to your major. So my major is psychology. I'm going to go ahead and choose Introduction to Psychology. I'm sorry about that. I've got my daughter on FaceTime and sending text messages to her friends, so you'll have to bear with me if you hear little chimes and video calls. Okay, getting back into it, I'm going to go ahead and choose Intro to Psychology. I'm going to go ahead and add Introduction to Psychology to my plan. Add. Now I've chosen a class or a major related class in my plan. I can then go over to general education. Remember, general education includes our math, our English, our sciences, arts and humanities, so on and so forth. So you'll notice here on the left-hand side, we have a new navigation and we see different areas. These are the different areas within the I Get C General Education Plan that we are required to complete. So let's go ahead and start with English communication. And I'm going to go ahead and click on English communication. English. And you'll notice in here that I have two different options within English 1A or Area 1. I can either choose English 1A or I can choose English 1A Honors. I'm going to go ahead and choose English 1A. Now, I haven't submitted my transcripts to Saddleback College yet, and because I haven't completed the guided self-placement, the system is telling me that I need to take prerequisites in order to be able to take English 1A. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the prerequisites that I need for this course, and then I'm going to select OK. Now, more than likely, you will be able to automatically enroll in English 1A from the get-go. You're not going to have to take any prerequisite courses, but you might need to take prerequisite courses for other classes that you want to take. So you might see that prerequisite requirement pop up for other classes that you're looking at. Okay, so at this point, I have added a major prep class to my plan. I've added an English class to my plan. I now want to add a math class to my plan. I'm going to select math. Okay, so here you'll see a bunch of different math classes that I can choose from. Now, if you watched the video that I recorded with regards to how to choose your math class, you'll know automatically which math class you need depending on what your major is. So for psychology, a really great math class to take is actually Introduction to Statistics. If you have additional questions with regards to how to choose the best math class depending on what your major is, please feel free to reach out to me. Give me an email, send me an inbox message through Canvas, and I'll be happy to help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this class. Now again, the system is telling me that I need to take a prerequisite for Math 10. I'm going to go ahead and choose Math 210S, which is actually the support class for Math 10. So it accompanies Math 10. I actually can take them at the same exact time. So I'm going to choose that one and click on OK. So I've got a major prep class for psychology, I've got a math class, I've got an English class. I now want to choose one more class from either general education or I can choose an elective. For the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to choose an elective. Because let's say you think you're pretty sure that your major is going to be nursing or psychology or biology, but you're not 100% sure. Maybe you want to do a little bit more exploration. And so I would suggest looking into taking one of our counseling classes. So you'll go to this C and choose counseling, or COUN for short. And you'll notice a variety of different counseling courses that our counseling instructors teach. And so I'm going to go ahead and choose this educational and vocational planning class so that I can engage in a little bit of major and career exploration. I can then figure out what my major is and create what's called a comprehensive education plan. So I'm going to choose this class. Okay. So now that I've chosen my 4 classes, again, in order to be eligible for the Saddleback College Promise Program, you need to be enrolled in and successfully pass at least 12 units per semester. So I chose 4 classes that will get me over my 12 units. I'm then going to select Next. Okay, so this notification will likely pop up and it's telling me that I have not selected the units required to meet my goal. Now remember, my goal is to complete an associate degree for transfer in psychology, but I haven't added all of the requirements in order to earn that associate's degree within my plan. I've just created the classes or selected the classes for my first semester education plan. So that's okay. Don't worry about this. Go ahead and click continue anyway. Okay, so now I'm in step 3, plan semesters. So you'll notice that I've been given quite a few different options for plugging classes into. I can always add a whole entire year if I need to. Your map on your end should say that you're at least enrolled in and taking Counseling 100 and that the class is in progress. And then we can start adding classes to our fall semester. So knowing that I need to take a prerequisite course in order to take English 1A, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of the summer term by taking this class first. Okay. You might also decide to take a different general education class. Maybe it's a history class or a life sciences class. Again, if you have any questions about what classes you can take this summer, I'm happy to help you. Okay, so now I'm ready to start planning out my fall semester. I'm going to go ahead and, oops, I forgot to put this one in over here. Okay. So those prerequisites are taken care of so that now I can take English 1A in the fall. Again, you'll more than likely be able to take English 1A right out the door. So English 1A, I'm also going to take Math 10, which is statistics. I'm going to take Introduction to Psychology, and I'm going to take Counseling 140 so that I can really figure out if this is the right major for me. Okay, so now I've got my fall classes all figured out for 2020. I'm then going to go ahead and go to Next. And I'm done. I have completed my first semester education plan. I know that this video is a little long-winded, but I hope that you find it helpful, and I wish you the very best. Please remember that you can contact me anytime, klyons@saddleback.edu. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye, guys.